Hello everybody, Shazamon519 here, and today we're going to be looking at Serval. In my latest video where I did a free-to-play tier list in context of free-to-play units compared to each other in the context of the whole game, I made a statement saying, I said that I haven't used two of the characters yet properly, Hung and Serval. Now, one of my friends, Kagi, said in the comment section, "Hey, I've used her in story. I don't know how good she's in endgame content, but in story she's really good so far, helping me farm through it." So I'm like, you know what? Intriguing. I'm in need of a lightning DPS. My choices were between her and Arlen. So I ended up going for her on my friend's recommendation that she's doing well for him. Now, once again, he didn't confirm or deny that she's good in endgame, so we do not know. But we're here to test out what kind of damage she can put out. Now, we're going really quickly through her, right? Just very swiftly. Basic attack doesn't matter. This does 91%, her skill does 91% damage to an enemy, lightning damage, and 39% lightning damage to the adjacent enemies, which means the enemies to the left and to the right of the enemy you're targeting, with an 80% base chance to inflict enemies with shock. It's like a, at the end of their turn, or the start of their turn, they take damage kind of thing. While shocked enemies take lightning damage over time equal to 52% of Serval's attack at the beginning of each turn. Now, next up we have her ultimate, which does a lot of damage to all enemies, and if an enemy is shocked, extends the duration of their shock state by 2 turns. Her talent, after Serval attacks, deal additional lightning damage equal to 43% of Serval's attack to all shocked enemies. So, more AoE, right, basically, is what that lends up to. Another thing quickly to note is my relics on her. My relics on her still need some work. I quickly stole these middle two from my Flame MC. But, everything around here, it needs some work, but keep that in mind, that while the damage numbers that we see might be impressive or might be unimpressive, if she is built a bit better, she will do more damage. She has no dupes in her. Basic attack and lightning damage equals 60%. So yeah, as you can see, that can be quite... the thing, like the final dupe here, that's a huge buff. So if you have dupes in her, she will perform better than you're seeing right here. This is the best cone that I can have for her right now, which is her own cone. Regens 23% energy to her ultimate bar upon immediately upon entering battle, and increases ultimate damage by 40%. Now, that's a quick look at her. One more thing I want to get out of the way before we start the showcase is I am bringing Ting Yun. My Ting Yun is not properly built yet at all. Like, not even in the slightest. The reason why this is an issue is because the attack boost that she gives to enemies is limited by 2 things. So she gives, like, let's say 25% of the allies' max damage stat in support, right? But it's also limited by 15% of her attack. So if my ally has 100 attack, right, and I have 100 attack on her, right? Let's say hypothetically, 25% to my ally would mean 25 extra attack, but it's limited to 15% of Ting Yun, which means that it won't go to 25 because it will be limited by her 15% of 100, which is 15. If you don't know or you're new to the game and don't understand it, don't worry. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm bringing a support, but if the support was better built as well, I would be able to do more damage. Here, let's see. Is there a way to better build her? No, there is not. She's actually worse built now. What the hell? One sec, chat. Why are you worse built? Oh, now I know why you're worse built. It's because we switched those two up. There we go. It's better. But alright, where are we taking her? Now, all my characters at the moment are level 50, right? Which means... No, we're not taking her to 12. We're going to be taking her to stage 8 of Forgotten Hall. Now, why stage 8? That sounds pretty low. It's because the enemies here are level 50. Right? So we will get a pretty accurate statement. Because sure, I can take you to level 60, but like... most characters ain't doing shit at level 60. I'm gonna be completely honest here. When they're level 50 and find level 60 enemies, everything feels like a drag. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're bringing. We're obviously bringing Serval herself. We're gonna be putting Ting Yun because she's not very well built on the side. Bailu, and we're gonna bring Chapard. Alright, so we have our DPS support, we have our DPS, we have our healer, and we have our shielder, who also has type advantage. So let's head into the memory and see what happens. We'll be fighting 2 enemies. So let's take a look and see what we got. Now, let's go ahead and use Ting Yun's ability real quick, and then start the offense with Serval's talent. Alright. Let's start off with this ability right here, which will increase the attack of a single ally and grants them benediction, which will allow her to basically do additional damage. So not like just a higher amount of damage, but straight up an extra piece of damage, just completely separate. You'll see it in a second. Now, we've given her one attack buff. We'll now give her another attack buff with the ult. Alright, now that all the enemies have landed, we will proceed to use her ult, and let's see how much damage it does across 5 characters. 8.4 thousand across 5 characters. That's pretty good, chat. That's pretty good. Pretty good, guys. I'm not streaming right now. I don't know what I'm saying, chat. Alright, let's see. This is, once again, an AoE attack. It does 93% lightning damage to a single target. Let's see, how much damage will you do? 1.1 thousand against an equal level. That is not bad. That is indeed not bad. We don't need to heal right now.
Let's be friends.
Now, also do note, we are getting a damage boost just from existing here, right? So, let's see what it is here. Here, we get a flat-out damage boost every turn from the stage itself, so do keep that in mind. But seeing as this is one of the 2 hardest content in the game at the moment, this and Virtual World, it's fine to get the force support, right? Now, let's go ahead and attack with you. 2.1 thousand, that's because he broke, chat. That's because he broke, but still, that's very nice. Okay, let's go. 1.8 thousand right there, and 1.2 thousand from the shock. See, that's what's important, chat. That's what we gotta remember. Her base attacks, that might not be the most impressive, but these shocks right here, the shock damage that she's doing, that's pretty good. Okay, let's hit him with the freeze, I mean. Let's give everybody a quick shield so that we do not die frame 1, please. Hit you with that. Let's refresh our attack support on Serval.
Songs for you.
Let's see. 1.6 million at 1.6. Oh god, I'm playing too much Dokkan, chat. 1.6 thousand attacks. That's very nice. I'm kind of still wondering where I should be putting my face cam. Maybe I should be putting my face cam over here, right? The attack order I don't think is all that important to see. All right, we'll be putting it over here.
You can fight it or rock with it.
Right, very nice damage right there again. Over 1.5k. Look, more that little 300 damage right there, which would add on to it. That's like 2k damage a turn. That's very huge. Let's attack you with the normal. Again, Serval. 1.4k, very nice. So yeah, overall her damage so far is very impressive to me. One, her being an AoE character, right? Because that's the context we gotta keep looking at. She is an AoE character, right? She is not meant to do single target damage at all.
He's the moment.
Okay, let's get you on that.
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up.
Look at that, 2.6k right there with that. So yeah, she is not meant to do a lot of single target damage. So this amount of single target damage is very, 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 very nice.
Ready to lose
Now,
yourself?
of course, this is with support, but she kind of needs it, you know, at this point, if you want to focus single target damage. So as you can see by that 4.8k attack. Very, very nice. Obviously, if you're struggling with this stage, I know that there is a huge, like, demand for, like, lightning DPS at the moment, because lightning doesn't really have a DPS, and lightning is asked quite frequently, right? Like, if you look at this right here, right? If you haven't pulled like, Bronya, and you didn't want to pull, like, work up Dun Hung like I did, I guess you could do Clara, but like, look at this, for example. Right here, let's, 1, 2, Bonkaroni. Because his weakness is lightning, I don't know what the yellow icon is again. I know who has it, it's Welt, but like, you know, oh, it's, Imagination, or something like that. And Ice, right? So, you would need an Ice DPS. Now, there's only, like, really one proper Ice DPS in the game, and that's a 5-star. You have Herda, technically, but once again, she's AoE. So, this might be a good option for you to put in, or maybe you can just use Herda, either or works. Okay, now we have her ult. Give double attack boost. This should give her that, okay, close to 50. Now then, we'll hit it. 3,000 damage, very nice. And then 5.5 thousand right there. I am just really impressed. She is doing very well. Once again, I'm looking in the context that I have not fully built up. And that I have not fully built up her her gear yet, right? That's the thing we gotta keep in mind here. I have not fully built up her gear yet. So once I have plus 12 to her gear, maybe gotten some better pieces, I don't know. We'll be able to see. I might do a second showcase of her, right? A maxed out showcase to see how much better her performance is then. We might even probably do it on the same stage, same setup, just to see how huge that difference really is. Now, obviously, by the time hopefully Ting Yun is already better worked up with better gear, but like, hey, if not, it will be a more faithful showcase. But I hope I have worked her up more by then. So, right, there we go. Throws him up again. But yeah, you're supposed to beat this stage within like at least 12 cycles left. So before this thing goes from 11 to 10, you need to finish it off. Now that might sound a bit odd from 11 to 10, but it's just how it works. Okay.
Pretty good crowd today.
Okay, hit you with this. That will allow me to use my ultimate.
Rock with it.
Oh wow, 3.333 thousand attack. Oh jeez. That was some pretty funny, pretty good damage right there, and also just in general a funny number. Let's heal up a bit. Give her Invigorate as well, why not? Sounds like fun. This gives more ult charge, right? Yeah, it does, okay. Invigorate, chat. Very, very useful. Bailu is absolutely amazing. And just like that, we beat it. And we were remaining within 12 cycles. Basically 13, but we were remaining within 12 cycles. So that's been a little showcase on how she works, right? Now, once again, I have actually used her in this stage. I have used her in stage 12, and it allowed me to get it within 12 cycles. I used her here in the beginning. Now, I don't think I'll be able to get to, like, the 18 cycle. Oh, no, sorry. Scratch that. I used her here in stage 13 against level 60 enemies. Now, I didn't manage to get any of the clear cycles, but, like, even my Sealay over here, even my... Oh, God, I tried to click my face cam on the game rather than on, like, my recording software OBS, so that's fun. Even Sealay didn't, like, do as much damage as I'm used to her doing. Against like most enemies of level 50. So yeah, this was a tough stage, and of course it's still Sealay, so she wiped through this, but do keep that in mind. But I have used her on this. I wish I could show you like the team compositions that I have used to clear this, that it would show like a little history tab. As far as I can see, it doesn't do that. No, it does indeed not do that. That's kind of painful. But like, I have used her on this, and that is already, I think, impressive enough that I was still able to clear within the given total cycle counts. So, final verdict. Do I think she's worth building? Yes. I think at this moment in time, with the only other like pure lightning DPS that we have, being Arlen, geez. I think it's a good idea to build her. First of all, pulling 4 stars is also quite difficult, right? Especially when they're not featured. There's a big chance that a lot of you guys do not even have Arlen, right? Like there's like 2 4 stars that I'm still missing, and because they're unfeatured, it's very low chance to pull them, because when you do get a 4 star, it's a 50% chance to be a featured character. So yeah, do keep that in mind. But like, I have not checked out how good he is, but he's very much reliant on being on lower HP. Right, because Arlen damage increases for every percentage of HP below his max up to 36 damage. So when he's like below 36% HP, I will probably give him a shot at some point in the future. He will probably be another target I want to work up. But there is a couple more characters like her, like these two here, that I really want to work up. I want to upgrade March a bit more as well, because March and Fire MC are just an insane combo, or March and like Clara. It's just March and Fire MC is low-key immortal at some points, but like, that's basically that. So I do think she's very much worth building, because a lightning DPS is something you will need later on in the game, right? And she really helps out with story. She helps out clearing big hordes of enemies. The ability to shock enemies is very nice. Damage over time. in Virtual World, I did use her in Virtual World 3, right? Just to do a whole run with her yesterday, just to see how she works. She does very well in Virtual World 3, especially if you combine her with stuff like Nihility. Now, Nihility you unlock in Virtual World 4, if I'm pretty sure, but like nonetheless, you don't even have to clear Virtual World 4, you just need to enter it and you basically unlock it. But Nihility Blessings basically work off of damage over time effects and like those types of things, like inflicting them, doing damage with it, etc. So like the shock is a damage over time, burn, bleed, that kind of stuff, right? So combining that with her will make it actually do a whole lot of damage. So yeah, I want to thank everybody very much for joining on into this video. If you guys want to see more content on Honkai Star Rail, make sure to subscribe. Check out the Twitch channel description down below. We stream a ton of this game over on Twitch. I want to thank everybody so much for joining on in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.